I'm going to start by quoting a very interesting study which has come out last month by the Indian Statistical Institute, Kolkata. And this study was to determine whether online games played online versus games played offline. What is the difference? Do online games suddenly become games of chance? If you play the same game offline, is it still a game of skill? It's a very interesting study, and it is titled as "Role of Skill in the Game of in Online Gaming." And I'm going to quote from this report. So this report has four conclusions. The first one says, performance based on statistical analysis. Performance of users who are part of a more experienced group is more consistent when compared to the performance of users who belong to a less experienced group. The second conclusion says, game experience, let's say we measure experience, we measure the success as a win percentage. So if you have a higher experience, you will have a higher win percentage, which implies that there is a correlation between experience and skill enhancement. The third conclusion is users belonging to a more experienced group have better win percentages than users belonging to lesser experienced groups. And the fourth conclusion says that users experience an improvement in skill as they play more number of games, and this skill translates into more winning and winning percentage. The final conclusion of this report says the long-term success of players on online gaming platforms is predominantly driven by skill, and that chance is immaterial in the long term. Now, let's just wonder what really leads to these kind of conclusions by a highly reputed institute of eminence in India. Why should more experienced group experience higher win percentages? I mean, what is it really that distinguishes them from people who have lesser experience or lesser ability to convert their winnings? This study itself will be a basis to distinguish skill and chance. If a more experienced group is experiencing a higher win percentage, it really has to correlate with the skill set that that person is picking up on the way and the ability to put their strategy into action, ability to analyze it improving over time. This itself cannot give you the same result as chance. If you are playing a game of chance over long term, there is no guarantee that you will have a higher win percentage over term. However, if you're playing a game of skill over a long term, there is a guarantee that you will improve at that game. Your ability to analyze your strategy will improve. Your experience will lead to a higher win percentage. So this is a very, very important and critical empirical evidence, statistically proven, that there is clearly some distinction between skilled players who have a skill and players who are just probably predicting or betting or doing sports prediction, etc. And that involves a higher chance elements. Now that we have established this statistical and empirical evidence between skill and chance, I would like to also say that over the years, many high courts, in fact, let me first start with matters which are currently in courts of Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Tamil Nadu, we have a court hearing going on as we speak, in the sense that the matter is sub judice, and Tamil Nadu has been trying to figure out what is the difference between online and offline gaming. Are online gaming chance and offline skill? And to this, I would like to say there have been several court cases which have been ruled and which have clearly established that games of skill, even when they're played online, do not translate into games of chance. This has been upheld by the high courts of Kerala, Karnataka, and Madras. Similarly, there are 4 different high courts which have distinguished that games of skill and games of chances are not the same. Karnataka, Rajasthan, Punjab and Haryana, and Bombay. Despite all of this, it is very unfortunate that the civil society at large, the gamer community, and in fact, several stakeholders in this ecosystem are still confused about games of skill and games of chance, which results into unnecessary litigations, rhetoric arguments, rhetoric explanations. And this unfortunate situation arises probably also because, as an industry, as I'm representing the gaming industry, it arises because probably the industry requires to do much more in terms of awareness campaigning, in terms of generating user awareness about what is skill and what is chance. We are found lacking in probably conducting much more cohesive national level awareness campaigns around skill versus chance. Up until now, we've been doing stakeholder sensitization at the government level, and at the courts level. But I feel now we probably need to reach out to the civil society and get gamers involved, get game developers involved, get child psychologists involved, mental health experts involved, parents involved, students involved, to kind of probably try and, let's say, create some simulation exercises for them to experience that if they are playing a board game or a card game offline physically, vis-a-vis if they take it online on a simulator, is there any difference in between the way they play, the way they experience their winnings or outcomes? And those kind of simulation exercises, national level awareness campaigns are really going to make a difference and really going to probably add some value to this situation, unfortunate situation that we are in at the moment in India.